Hi, I'm John Solari, your host of The Method Actor Speaks. Today I have a guest on that I'm really interested. I, Photos and designs were just something that really affected me, and I was just curious about, well, I'm curious about her and where it comes from. And since this is about the arts, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hi John, I'm Monah Li and I want to thank you for inviting me.
Well, I want to thank you. What got you started in this?
All my life, like I remember when I was 8 years old dressing up to go to school and being late.
You like being late,
No, I don't, I hate being late.
but that's why you're late.
That's exactly the, it's a little bit more complicated, but you know, as you have seen today.
That's all right. Listen, a woman can be late, but I want to know why. Before to make you feel comfortable. When I was looking at your photo, I was thinking, what does she want to say? The way you dress right now, with this beautiful tattoo and beautiful woman, and there's such a sexiness, a raw sex, I could put it. It's almost like it's X-rated. You know what I mean?
But
It's
not slutty, huh?
but not slutty. No, it's very classy that you want to just touch.
I think I wanna get in touch with my power, and for women it usually is through sexuality and being in touch with their bodies. That's one reason. There are many. I think clothes are my religion, basically.
Your religion, yes.
I believe more.
But everything you do, even your hand, look at this. If you can see this, I mean, this is such a creativity that it's just so beautiful and so alive. I guess that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's alive. Yeah, when I create, I feel really alive, more than any other time. And I mean, I remember in 4th grade staying up all night with a flashlight, stitching a dress together so I could wear it the next day to school, and then being totally tired and regretting it, you know, and people made fun of me.
They made fun of your dress, so you.
Of course, because it was way far out. I lived in a suburb of Vienna, and people just didn't dress like that, you know.
So you consider it almost like punk rock in a sense, but I mean, you know what I mean? That comparison.
Yeah, I don't like punk rock.
No, but I'm
Sorry,
just saying.
but
No, I didn't. What do you call your style?
sensual gypsy, powerful gypsy.
Wow. And how did that come about?
By thinking about it.
I mean,
You mean the name that I came up?
yeah,
Well, I thought about it a lot because I'm also a writer, and so I think about words and how to describe things. But where did that come from? I don't know. I was born like believing that. You know, actually, every day you get up and you put something on. If you want it or not, you say something about yourself. Even if you want to avoid it, and even if you wear a uniform, you say that about yourself, you know. Or if you go naked, that's what you say. So you might as well do it well.
right.
And it's pretty much the only continuous thing in my life that has kept my passion and has never gotten me bored.
Because I was looking at some of your photos, and they're on Facebook under her name, Monah
Li.
Li. Is that your last name, or does that stand for like Lydia?
Oh, I made it up
You made it up.
completely.
Because I have a friend, she's Bella Li, which her name is Lydia.
Oh yeah?
So she just put the L-I, you know, beautiful Lydia.
Well, it should be pronounced lie, I know, but I insist on pronouncing it the German way.
Well, listen, you got to give something that you.
Yeah, somehow I feel like I should have been born with that name. Part of it is because in elementary school kids would kids would say, "Oh, Michael, Japanese," because everybody there looks not like me, you know. And I think I was 14 when I saw the first black person.
Really?
Yeah, and so I had to come up with something Asian sounding, and Monah sounded good, and I put the H at the end.
Your nationality, are you part Japanese? Or?
No, I'm not.
No.
But I used to tell kids that my father was Japanese.
Really?
Yeah, just to have an answer, you know.
Oh, because your eyes and your face.
Yeah, I don't know where that comes from. Probably Mongolian. And, you know, in Austria, everything comes together.
Yes. In Austria, even Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, please,
Schwarzenegger.
don't mention him.
No.
Ouch.
Well, he's your most famous, isn't he, outside of...
I think Freud is more famous.
Well,
Should be.
Freud, he should be.
Yeah.
He should be. The sexual revolution,
Well,
And-
more than that.
cocaine, and
Yeah,
analysis.
you only think about that.
What else about
Sex
Freud
and
that you like?
Well, he was the first who gave us an idea about the subconscious. And
Right, yes.
Considering that 80% of everything we do and say is not conscious, that's a big deal.
It really is a big deal when you
Yeah.
think about it. But a lot of that, he got a lot of that. I mean, yes, he is known for, you know, the conscious and then the cocaine, but he went into I think he, you know, that helped open him up.
Well, yeah, drugs are a good tool if you can handle them.
If you can handle them, yes.
Yeah.
You know, people don't realize that. So, did you go to school to study your design, or was everything?
I tried, well, I had a very strange schooling. My mother went to America when I was 15 because she's a psychiatrist, an MD psychiatrist. And she got a fellowship at Stanford University for 3 months, and she left, and I knew she wasn't going to come back. And so I lived with my dad, and then 10 years later, I visited my mother here in Los Angeles. And I had gone to medical school for 2 years already by then in Vienna. And my mother said, "You're never going to be a good doctor anyway. Why don't you do what you really want to do?" And I know it's fashion. So she bought me 2 years at the, you know, that really expensive fashion school at Film. And I went maybe 10 times.
In New York or out here?
No, here in LA, in downtown. And I would either have not enough money for parking, or,
Really?
or I would be too late, or hungover. Like there was always, and I didn't speak English. I went to school and had no idea how to sign up for classes. You know, I was really, that was not good. And I was too scared to tell my mother that I didn't go to school. And got into other things. One of them was drugs. And 2 years later, my mother said, "Aren't you gonna graduate soon?" And the next year I was arrested, so there was her answer. And I was sent back to Austria, and I was sent back to the state mental hospital because the drug, pretty much the only rehab they had. And one of my ex-husbands was a counselor, so he wouldn't take me.
Oh, really?
And yeah.
What kind of drugs did you use?
Oh, heroin.
Everything?
Yeah, it got pretty bad.
Really?
Stupid, yeah.
Well, it's not stupid stuff. It's
Oh yeah.
it's, you know, but you know you're clean today, so.
Yeah,
And-
more or less, yeah.
And I bet you a lot of your designs comes from that.
No.
No?
I have to say one thing, drugs do not make me creative.
No, I don't. Not the drugs. I'm saying that experience.
Well, yeah, it helped me. It helped me because when I went back to Austria, I don't believe in coincidences, but it was really a blessing that the psychiatrist who ran the drug department in the state mental hospital was a total vain asshole who was only in for his own
Gratification?
yeah, and he wanted to be a designer. He was this fat, horrible man who wore black leather, like skin-tight black leather. And he married a patient who used to be a prima ballerina. In Austria, you can do that. You can marry your patients. And then didn't allow her to have therapy. But he started a work program for us poor junkies. So we would learn some skills, you know, and we had to sew his line. And we got paid like 50 cents per hour and had to work from 5:30 in the morning to 7. I mean, really, it was like Dickens.
Really?
Like, yeah, but it was the best thing that could have
So it
happened
worked
to
for
me.
you,
Yeah,
yeah?
I'd never worked in my life. Like, I mean, worked. And he hired a tailor and a pattern maker full time, and they taught me. They realized I was interested, and at that point I realized I fucked up. I wasted all that money for fashion school, had no idea how to do things, and so I took that chance. I really grabbed at it and learned couture, tailoring, pattern making, everything.
Really? And everything you're wearing now?
Yeah, I don't even have anything that I didn't.
Really?
design, except shoes.
Except shoes? You didn't learn how to
But
make
I'm going there too now.
there was one I saw on Facebook where we're going to see more of your clothes in the next show. But I just love the idea that where you could see through here was right about here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it was just so sexy. You know, it was like, you know, it wasn't dirty. It
Oh, I
made
hope
you,
not.
you know what I mean? It
No, I know what
didn't show anything that you're not supposed to show, but it
Yeah.
made your imagination.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Nobody's perfect, you know. And you want to just hint at little things, but you don't want to show it all. Like my parents were nudists. There's nothing more boring than nude people.
Really?
Yeah, it's really boring.
Well, I enjoyed nude.
Do you enjoy feeling nude or looking at other people nude?
No, I enjoyed being nude.
Did you ever go to Elysium?
I mean, no. I would. I've been nude at sex parties.
Really?
Really?
You've done sex parties?
Back in the 70s, yeah, I used to go to.
Wow.
There was a famous place in New York called Plato's Retreat. It was
Yeah, my ex-husband wrote an expose about that.
Oh,
My
nice.
ex.
It was in a hotel in Sony
Yes.
in New York.
Uh-huh.
And
In Pandora's box.
everything, yeah, they were
Yeah.
great places. You went there and you
And you
Yeah.
just went naked?
just got naked.
But
And,
isn't that boring? Don't you want?
well, the things we did weren't boring.
But naked is like not hot.
Well, I mean, we were
Yeah,
making,
something on-
you were naked, but you were making love. I mean, you were actually fucking, you weren't making love.
Yeah, that's not making love.
No, you were, you know.
But not even a chain or something?
Well, you know, I mean, I didn't have your fashion.
No.
No,
I understand. I'm not criticizing
no,
you.
I understand.
You look
It's
pretty
good.
good. I mean, I can imagine you look good naked.
Well, in my day, I was in good shape, but I never
Still
thought
are.
about it. And, you know, it never bothered me. I mean, and it doesn't bother me. And I understand what you mean. I mean, you look at these nudist colonies and the people really look terrible.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
playing ball is.
You know, I mean, it's not looking at Playboy, you're looking at, you know,
Normal people, like.
and which is not really, you know, nice. But
Well, it is nice, but the Playboy bunnies don't even look like that in real life
not
either.
in real life. I have a few friends that are bunnies, and I had a few. Yeah, been on the show. I had a few on the show.
Yeah, I worked on shoots to get lots of makeup on their part.
Oh, you do makeup too?
No, not really, but I've worked on shoots where I provided clothing funny enough. For
Really?
yeah, you know the little things, like,
Yeah.
like a little, tiny little shawl or a bra or something. I would make stuff like that.
Well, that's good. I mean, you do it. That's another, because you were saying you work with, your clothes make you want to be touched. I apologize.
Really?
My hands keep going over there. Sorry, folks, there's a thing here, but if you look at this woman down there,
Makes you want to touch. That's the good defense.
you just,
Honor, I hate to touch.
I'm Italian too, so the hand's always going.
It doesn't happen too often.
Huh?
It doesn't happen too often.
What?
That people just touch me.
Really?
No,
I'm surprised.
I have a tough demeanor.
I don't think so. You're very, very soft, and which,
Really?
very soft looking.
I was hoping I could project a tough demeanor.
Uh-huh. Maybe in some circles it works.
No, it never works.
Really?
Nobody believes.
Is that why? They see what did that?
You know
This
what
come
that
about?
is? It's a lily.
It's a lily.
It's my daughter's name,
Ah.
and only the two I will ever have, unless I get in vitro fertilization and have another kid.
And this you designed too?
I designed everything except this piece. It's made by my mentor, my jewelry mentor, who is teaching me how to use jewelry tools, and he asked me to wear it today.
Well, it's really nice.
He's very talented.
What is his name? You could.
His name is Peter, and I have to look up his last name. It's very complicated.
Peter.
Peter Skeeter. No, I like Peter better. It's a Scandinavian name.
Is he on your Facebook?
Yes, yes.
So if you look up her on Facebook,
Yes.
you'll find. Look for
Then
Peter.
Peter's- No, Peter. Like
Peter, but I like saying Peter.
Oh,
That's why the
I
British.
know a Peter. Yeah, but he's a dick.
He's a dick.
No, you don't want to look him up.
No. Okay. But he's your mentor.
No, but it's Peter, like American Peter, like
Yeah.
Peter, Mary, Paul.
It's really it. And now, who are some of the people that wear your clothes that we might know?
Well, there was a time when everybody in Hollywood had to have a Monah Li, and I just watched a movie 3 weeks ago, The Witches of Eastwick, where Nicole Kidman wears one of my dresses and a few other kids in the movie, and then strangely enough, my daughter was playing Destiny's Child first video,
Really?
and I realized, these are all my clothes. Like maybe 2 pieces or not. I never knew about it. I didn't like the music, so I didn't care.
Do you have them in a boutique or your clothes, or do you sell it privately?
Well, privately right now.
But you did before.
Yeah, I had my own boutique and I sold.
Really? Were you on Melrose?
No, on Vermont.
On Vermont?
Yeah.
Oh, so down, yeah. I don't know the area, but I know.
Those feelings.
By Silver Lake? Is that what?
Yeah, it's between Silver Lake and Hollywood.
Okay.
And at that time, it was not a very chic neighborhood yet.
But now it is?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I was in the same building as the Dresden
who?
restaurant. You know where Marty and Elaine sing once a week, the Dresden. I can't pronounce it. It's a German town that was bombed heavily, Dresden.
I don't know.
The Dresden Room.
I don't know what.
If I would write the name down, you would recognize it.
Oh, well, not really, because I don't go out that much in Hollywood, which I should do.
Yeah.
But so that's really wonderful that you do that. And now you're designing clothes. I know you wrote some. We're going to do in the next one. Now, I asked you earlier, what do you want your clothes to say? When
That is
people
a
wear
really
it?
good. I have never asked myself. I've written articles about it, but I have never answered that question. What I would like to say is,
Your clothes. what
see
would-
me, notice me. Because I used to be a painter before I wanted to be
Really?
a doctor, yeah. And I had my own TV show on Austrian television.
What was that about?
It was called my real name that I don't want to see.
No, no.
Little drawing hour once a week.
Oh, you would draw?
And painting, and I have to invite other kids to the show.
Ah.
And then I realized these paintings, like nobody sees them, you know. They are like on somebody's wall.
Right.
And I wanted something that you can see.
But your clothes are like paintings.
Yeah, and I think so, yeah.
So it does make sense that you're an artist, and so you're able to draw what you want. And it's like my friend here.
Let me see.
She does makeup, hair makeup. Joyce Lynn.
I like that makeup.
She's really very good. She cut my hair. She does hair and makeup, and she does cards, prints, everything.
I should have asked her to do my makeup today.
Well, I have her on with you sometime.
And I like her style.
She does a comedy show about Mae West, but you can find her on Facebook.
Beautiful, yeah?
She's from China. Joyce Lynn.
She does not look like.
Yeah, she's
beautiful.
born here, but
She's beautiful. Is that her?
yeah, that's her.
It looks like Greta Garbo.
Well, yeah, she would like that. She does a Mae West. Remember Mae West?
Of course.
Well, she does Mae East.
Oh, that's smart. That's funny.
It's a comedy.
I like that.
Yeah. And
Where
Mae
does
East.
she do it?
Well, she does it at some of the comedy stores, Flappers and this and that. I'll hook you up with her on Facebook.
Yeah, I gotta check it out.
Because you like to go out to the clubs and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, I do.
And then what is it like now? You know, I went to Studio 54 back in the day in New York. You know, I was never really into drugs. But when you see, today the drugs are there, but
No. The
Not
drugs
like-
are not there, not in those places.
No.
There is a place now that is trying to be Studio 54 and doing a really good job.
really,
It's called Giorgio's. It's Brian Rabin's Saturday night club at the Standard Hotel in West Hollywood, and it's amazing.
it's good, huh? West Hollywood.
It's my motivation to design a new dress every week.
Every week?
Yes.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah, because I go there and I will need to have a new dress every time.
Well, what do you do? Does your fashions, does that support you?
Yeah, you know, I used to make lots of money, lots. And then I met my last ex-husband, and he became so successful really overnight. It's a Hollywood story. Hollywood is like that.
Yeah.
From one day to another, he went from like making $200 a week to like $50,000 a day for production rewrite.
Wow.
Or a week, I'm not sure. But
Is he an actor or?
no, he's a writer. And so it didn't make sense for me to work anymore.
No, of
I mean, no, and he didn't like that I was a designer.
No?
No, he said, why can't you be something more smart, like a writer?
But a designer on the show, I mean, I could see you on some of these shows working and designing.
You mean Project Zombies?
But not that, no, I mean,
Not a reality
no, I mean,
show.
not a reality show, I'm talking about, if there's a TV show or movie, what would you like to design? What kind of films?
You know, I did that. I did costuming for a while, but it's all about shopping, you know.
But no, I mean, if you were to design, you've seen movies.
Yeah.
Has there been a movie that you wish you could have designed?
Yeah, many.
So give us an instance so we know.
Well, of course, True Blood.
So you like.
Well, I like everything that's a little bit out there,
Dark.
you know. But I don't have a TV, and honestly, I haven't.
You don't have a TV?
I don't have time. I don't know when I would watch TV.
Oh.
I read. And
Well, not a plug. This is not a plug, but I do have AT&T, which is great because I can record.
yeah, but then you still have the time to watch.
Oh yeah, well I'm not you. you know, I did my partying back in New York years ago.
Well, I'm not. Yeah, well.
You know, now I'm looking to just find someone and get back in shape, and
You are in shape. What are you talking about?
and you know, find someone and just, relax. But those are the days are coming, and we'll see. What I want to do, what else do you want to talk about before we get you in close?
I thought you asked me about the creative process.
Right, that's what I'd like to know.
Well, since I was late, I can tell you that's how it works. For some reason, I need an incredible amount of adrenaline to get my best ideas out, and I can sit with. I have discipline. I sit every day and design or write, and if I feel it or not, because I believe when you sit, it comes,
Right.
But there is nothing like having to be somewhere at 3 and at 2:30 I suddenly realize, oh my God, that is the seam on that dress, that's what it needs, that's what has been bothering me the whole time. And then I tell myself, I can do this in 5 minutes, I'll fix it. And then, of course, it never works like that. And so, but this is the only way I get my best ideas. It's not sketching, it's not thinking about it, it's doing it.
It's when you least expect it.
When I need it.
When you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But how do you, that's interesting.
It's not very good to translate for jobs,
No, I mean a boss would, it'd be hard to explain that. I'll do the work when I need to do it.
Yeah, and and like I was creative director for BB, like they didn't let me wear the stuff I designed the same night, First of all, it wasn't my size. Second, it was under wraps until 6 months later,
Yeah.
So it was very difficult for me to get my motivation.
But like when you design now, you're sitting Nicole Kidman is very tall. She must be about 6 foot.
She's tall.
I met her a few times, and she's about 6 foot. Beautiful, beautiful woman.
Oh yeah.
So when did you design it especially for her, or they just put it on her?
No, the stylist bought it. I didn't even know about it.
Oh, you didn't even know? It would have been great if she could have.
Well, a lot of things would have been great. There were a lot of chances that I didn't.
Well, I
take.
mean, yeah, I guess you're right. You're right.
I was hot for a while.
Well, I don't know why you're not hot again.
There's a lot of issues, but it's the fashion world, the garmento world itself has changed drastically in the last 10 years.
Really?
To a point where I would like to find a way to operate in this world in a different way, and I have an idea how I would like to do that. But the way it is now, it means going to China 3 times a year, and it's dirty there.
And that's unfortunately all the work is over there now.
Yeah, and then we
It
wonder
used to
why
be
we
in
don't
New
have
York.
jobs here.
It used to be in New York.
Or in LA.
Yeah, the garment centers
It's
here and
it's a ghost
LA,
town.
yeah. It's all in China now, which is really wrong. I mean,
It's wrong.
and it's it's strange. You got the illegals here now.
I know. I know, it's insane. And then people go to Walmart and buy cheap crap from China with what money that they don't even make because they don't have jobs.
That's it. Nobody's
get me
working,
going.
and you have no choice but to buy the cheap stuff.
Yeah,
And the trouble is, cheap stuff doesn't last.
and it's toxic.
And especially with animals. The dog foods that come from China, and
Oh, please.
it's killing them. I don't know how people can buy that. How this country allows.
Because what else can you buy?
Well, I mean,
Unless you go to a full paycheck, but that means you have a good paying job. Then you can buy the organic cat food.
well, it doesn't have to be organic. I mean, years ago, dog food and cat food was made here,
Yeah, but
and it wasn't bad. It wasn't toxic like it is from China.
do you know any company that makes dog food in California?
No.
I mean,
I know
kind
what
of
you're saying.
McDonald's makes dog
I'm
food.
just saying, But it's a shame. I mean,
Yeah.
when I read about all these dogs dying from dog food made in China, and yet they keep allowing it to come in.
I wonder why.
Well, we know why.
Why?
Because it's money. You know, if the politicians are getting money under the
It's
table.
not about concern for the dogs.
No.